Hello everyone. Today I will teach you about rational and irrational number and how to solve the question based on this topic. So I will start with rational number first. So what are rational numbers? First of all we will learn what are rational numbers. So all those numbers that can be expressed in the form of a upon b. Those numbers that can be written in the form of a upon b such that this b should not be equal to 0 and a and b both are co-prime number. Co-prime means a and b should have common factor only 1. A, that is a and b has common factor 1. So such numbers which have common factor only 1, then we will call those numbers co-prime number. So what are rational number? Those numbers that can be expressed in the form of a upon b such that this b denominator number should not be equal to 0 and a and b both are co-prime number. Co-prime means this a and b must not have any common factor except 1. Then such numbers are called rational number. Rational number we will denote with symbol q. How we will represent rational number? We will represent rational number with q. Now come to irrational number. What are irrational number? Rational number we are represented with q. Irrational number we will represent with q bar. So this is the sign, this is the symbol to represent irrational number. So what are irrational number? If the exact value of square root or cube root etc. of any natural number cannot be obtained. So such numbers are called irrational numbers. Let's take some example. Suppose I had taken root 4, square root 4. We can easily find the value of this square root 4. Square root 4 is equal to 2. So such numbers are called rational. Why it is rational? Because square root of 4 we can easily obtain, but the value of square root of 4 is 2. That's why this is called rational number, and we can represent in the form of a upon b also. We can take here 2 upon 1. So exact value of square root of 4 we had obtained, that is 2, and we can represent in the form of a upon b also. That's why this is rational number. Now let's take one example of irrational number. Suppose I will take square root of 3. If we will try to find the square root of 3, we will not get the exact value. Answer will be like this: 1.732 and so on. This answer will continue, it will not end. That means the exact value of square root of 3 we will not be able to find. That's why this square root 3 will called irrational number. So what are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are those whose square root and cube root value cannot be obtained. So such numbers are called irrational number. Or one more point is there. This is the first point. Now one more point is there. All non-terminating non-terminating and non-recurring decimal are also called irrational number. We had find here square root of 3. Exact value we are not getting. This answer is not finished. It will goes on further. That means this answer is not getting, and that's why this is called non-terminating decimal. Point is there, that's why this is decimal number, and it is not getting finished, that's why it is called non-terminating decimal. And answer is not repeating also, all the digits are different, that's why this is called non-recurring. That means all non-terminating and non-recurring decimals are called irrational numbers. So for irrational you have to remember two things. If the exact value of square root or cube root of any natural number cannot be obtained, then such numbers are called irrational number. And second thing, all the non-terminating and non-recurring decimal are also called irrational number. So this is the general thing that you have to remember for rational and irrational number. Now we will solve some question based on rational number. So let's see this question. Question is, arrange all these numbers in ascending order. Also find the difference between largest and smallest and express that difference as decimal correct to one place. So first of all, what we have to do, we have to arrange these numbers in ascending order. What are those numbers? Minus 5 upon 9, 7 upon 12, 2 upon 3, 11 upon 18. So what will be the first step? First of all, we will take LCM of these denominators. LCM, we will get LCM of 9, 12, 3 and 18. We will get LCM 36. After finding the LCM, what we have to do? We have to make these denominator same. So what we will do? 9 4 ja 36. 4 into minus 5 we will get minus 20. 12 3 ja 36. That 3 multiplied with 7, 21. 3 12 ja 36. 12 into minus 2, minus 24. 18 2 ja 36. 2 into 11, 22. Now we will write this denominator separately under each number. 20 upon 36. 21 upon 36, minus 24 upon 36, 22 upon 36. Now we have to write in ascending order. So in ascending order we have to write smallest number first. Which one is the smallest among these two? Minus 24 upon 36. This is smallest. After that, minus 20 upon 36, then 21 upon 36, then after that 22 upon 36. Now we have to write the exact value which is given in the question. Minus 24 upon 36. Minus 24 upon 36 is the answer of minus 2 upon 3. Minus 20 is the answer of minus 5 upon 9. 21 upon 36 is the answer of 7 upon 12. 22 upon 36 is the answer of 11 upon 18. So this is the answer of this first part. We have to arrange in ascending order. So this we had arranged now in ascending order. Now next is also find the difference between largest and smallest. So now we have to find difference. So difference between largest and smallest. Which one is the largest number here? Largest is 11 upon 18 minus smallest number. Smallest number is minus 2 upon 3. So we have to write in bracket minus 2 upon 3. This minus is already given in the question. This minus is of difference. Now what we will do? 11 upon 18 minus and minus will become plus 2 upon 3. Now we will take the LCM of 3 and 18. So answer will be 18 only. Then 18 1 is 18, 1 into 11 will get 11, 3 6 is 18, 6 plus 2 12. So on solving it we will get 23 upon 18. So this is the difference of largest and smallest number. Answer is 23 upon 18. Now he said express this difference as decimal. We have to change in decimal. So what we will do now? We will divide it. We have to divide 23 with 18 and we will get the answer 1.27 something. We have to round off also. He said we have to write up to one place of decimal. In order to write up to one place of decimal, we have to check the next number. After the first place of decimal, what is written? After first place of decimal, 7 is written. 7 is greater than 5. So what we will do? We will round off here. This is greater than 5. So what we will do? We will increase here 1. This will become 1.3. So this is your final answer of this question. So in this way you have to solve such questions. Now come to next question. Next question. Question is, without actual division, check whether it is terminating decimal or not. And question is 17 upon 50. So what is the question? We have to check whether this is terminating decimal or not. This is a rational number. It is written in the form of A upon B. So it is rational number. We have to check whether it is terminating or not. So in such case, what you have to remember, if the denominator, what is written in the denominator? 50. That means if denominator can be expressed in the form of 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n. If the denominator can be expressed in the form of 2 power m into 5 power n, then it will be terminating. So what you have to remember, if we can change this denominator in the form of 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n, then we can say that this rational number is terminating decimal. So now we will solve this. What is written in denominator? 50. First of all, we have to find prime factor of 50. 2 25 ja 5 5 ja 25 5 1 ja 5. So prime factor of 50 is 2 into 5 into 5. That means 2 raised to the power 1 into 5 raised to the power 2. So this 50 we had represent in the form of 2 power and 5 power. So what do you have to write? It is expressed as 2 power m into 5 power n. So it is terminating decimal. So in this way you have to check whether the given number is a terminating decimal or not. Let's take one more example. question is 7 upon 8. Here also we have to check whether it is terminating decimal or not. So in denominator what is written? In denominator 8 is written. First of all we have to find prime factor of 8. 2 4 ja 2 2 ja 4, 2 1 ja 2. That means 8 can be written as 2 into 2 into 2. That means 2 raised to the power 3. This is the answer. This is the prime factor of 8. 8 is 2 raised to the power 3. If we will write here multiply 1, meaning will remain same. So what we have to do? 2 raised to the power 3 multiply 1, we have to add ourselves, because answer will remain, meaning will remain same. Now answer is not coming in the form of 2 की power m into 5 raised to the power n. So what you have to do? If we will change this one and we can write here 5 raised to the power 0. If the power exponent power of any number is 0, if the power of any number is 0, then the answer of that number is 1. In base any number can be, we can take 3 also. 3 raised to the power 0, final answer will be 1. Similarly 5 raised to the power 0, answer will be 1. So instead of 1 we will take here 5 raised to the power 0. Now this denominator 8 we had shown in the form of 2 raised to the power m into 5 raised to the power n. So what you will write? It is expressed as 2 power m into 5 power n. So it is terminating decimal. So like this you have to solve all the question of the first exercise.